There's a lot of talk about the pressure points and the nerve cavity strikes and all that, and Aikido and Kung Fu, and it's mostly all bullshit. What I want to try to do is to demonstrate how some of this stuff from ancient times, and also in studying science to do with where a nerve does a cross or a Y or an end, actually can be applied to street situations, real fighting situations, very effectively. I'm going to just do this one little simple technique that's not so focused on pressure point stuff, but I just thought it would be fun since Ben was talking about having this new boxing understanding, and I thought, okay, well, what would I brainstorm to do in that response? So a guy's sitting up and he's ready to do like he's a real fighter, and he comes with something, and then I'm coming underneath and he goes to the kick. You see me? He goes to do the knee, and you hit the knee, and then bam, in the pubic bone. Okay, on the arm of a person, there's an energy that comes down this way and comes back this way. There's 2 points here, there's 2 points here, there's 2 points here. The more psyched up a person is, the more it's not going to work. So you have to have more and more skill and more energy yourself to influence the inside of a person's body. I remember there's two situations, one from Mike Tyson. He said, if you want to hurt the other guy, it's not going to go well for you. And the other one was Chris Karachi, one of the original SEAL Team 6 guys. He said when he would go in this one mission to go attack these bad guys, that the bad guys were like diving out of the window because their mental intent was so strong they could actually feel it. That's what allows you to strike something on another person and cause injury, is really your mental intent. Because in just talking, I probably get in your head a little bit, and that's the only chance I could have with somebody like this, a real fighter, because one of those kicks that you saw in the bag, if he gets me with one of those kicks, I might just go straight down. So if it's going to be a very strong fighter or a lot younger person, if you're an older person, you're going to have to know this secret stuff if you want to defend yourself. So the first thing coming at you is an arm. Most of the time it's going to be a cross or a hook or whatever. If you can intercept this arm, watch his face. So that changes. Look at his head and his face now. That changes what's going on inside his body. I'm actually in here, in his mind. If I was to whack his neck right now, and I don't want to make him too mad at me, but I told him I got to show it. So there's a patch of fiber called fusiform fiber. If you have a strong enough intent and a hook is coming and you really hit that thing, you really hit it, and then you come across like that, a lot of people are going to go. Or if you double strike like this. If someone's close to you or you're in some kind of a clinch and you're working with somebody, look at his face. Now, I didn't do anything. You okay? Sorry. I told him I had to show. So, you know how much power I use? Honestly, 20% or something like that. So if I actually was, he wants to kill me now. If I was actually in some kind of a clinch and I was able to take this pinky knuckle and come underneath here, the point, angle, and direction for this liver strike is up. So you can use this kind of a thing and come up with your whole body. We were talking about the movement of the hip. It's your mind, the willingness to do injury, and your whole body. That's that strike in Chinese medicine and the ancient secret stuff that's very, very strong. It's very, very devastating. A way to set up this strike and a neck strike is with the arm, because the arm's coming at you. Of course, you got to watch everything. So these 2 points, this is a rub strike. Rub point. If you have your hand and it's on somebody might have somebody's throat, grab it tight, and you can't really get it off. But if you know where the point is, you can get it off. Now Ben is working with me, but he's also actually using strength and stuff. So this is a rub point, and this is a press point. This fusiform fiber, middle of every bone, just whack it. There's a radial nerve comes down here. If you hit that radial nerve anywhere here, it changes the neck energy. You have your whole arm, you can come with the neck energy. One of the ways that death happens in sports and in combat sports is sinus reflex death. there's a carotid artery that comes up here behind the neck, and it branches off. That branch right there is very, very powerful. If people get hit with a baseball right there, they can die. The 3 ways that pressure points translate into science in terms of really causing death or serious injury is sinus reflex death, commotio cordis. Commotio cordis is here and here. Here and here. Baseball comes, hit you there, you could be dead. So a strike with this kind of a nut, just like knocking on a door, you can have a lot of power. Right in here can be very devastating. So those are 2 ways death happens in combat sports and in regular sports. You get a hockey puck right here. You get a hockey puck right here. It can cause a lot of damage. The other way that death happens, which is related to the ninja death touch and all that, the real thing, it's called delayed splenic rupture. That's this, a spleen shot with a knuckle. So you want to use different knuckles in different spots, like behind the ear, to come like this. Attacks only happen in certain ways. They set up to box. As soon as they set up to box, this is a great thing. Remember in the beginning of UFC? Great thing to just check the person. And you got to watch these hands because, you know, this is a strong young man here. If he clocks me in the right spot, I could just be done. So if I could get a little distance and then maybe deal with those hands a little bit, and if I can get along this side, now we have a shot to come forward. But you got to be able to get through the feet and the hands. So remember 2, 4, 6 on the arms. That'll cause a moment of interruption for the other person. Then you have to fly at them and keep going. But here and here, rub point, press point. Strike point, if somebody has an object or a knife, down here is the ulnar nerve. If you hit up here with the radial nerve, it'll make the hand clench. So if they have a gun, you can't do that. So those 3 ninja death touch things are actually real. One is here, the strike. You can remove plaque. In medical science, they rub this area if a person has high blood pressure. That's actually a medical procedure. If it's persistent high blood pressure, you'll go in, the doctor will do this. So if you get a strike here with this knuckle like this, or a pinky knuckle, or you're coming in and you're able to use some kind of a way to be able to find one shot coming in, boom, and you come in and hit that, that can cause, of course, everybody knows behind the ear is a knockout spot. But the more precise you can be, the better. So it's right there. On the arm, where is it? 2, 4, 6. The 2 are inside. This is rub, this is press. If you have to get somebody's hand off of somebody's throat, here, or this is rub. This is strike point, this is strike point. Then the 2 here are around here in between the muscle and here. To understand if a person's, for example, on alcohol, their head points are weak because they have too much energy up here, so you can get them on the head. If they're on PCP, their liver is accentuated, and the liver has points down in the leg. Police reports have understood that one of the ways to drop somebody on PCP is to hit them with that liver strike just coming in. If a person is on meth or cocaine, what does it do? It messes with the heart, right? So anything to do with the heart regions and the insides of the arms is strike points. So when a person sets up, say for boxing, in 1 second you have to be able to read the body. So he's strong here, I can see that. This is not as easily moving other than the kick coming up. But this is more vulnerable, this is all protected. So that's a read. Come for like a takedown. So he's coming for a takedown, look at this. Look at this whole area, ear. What you want to do in real situations, of course, is very, very brutal. The biting, the neck, the ears. You only have so many techniques that you can use on a strong opponent. The ear pop, the eyes like jabs. So as you learn more and more about where a nerve does a cross or a Y or an end, you can map the body out according to the kind of attacks that come to you in real life. There's the boxer. There's the tackler. There's the person that leans on one foot to set up for a kick. Lean from one foot and go for a kick. If I can watch what's going on up here and he leans, and I see he's leaning just like in the ring. He leans. and you automatically want to preemptively attack before their attack gets off. So another thing that happens in real life is they lean away and come for an attack, and of course everybody knows, every policeman, every military, I mean that's just cake for a trained fighter because it's telegraphing. But we know in the news and the knockout game, and that's what they do. They lean away and they come forward, right? Or they lean in and down, let me have $1, let me have $1, and come forward. So if you can stop the action before it gets off, then you have more access to cause strikes into the nervous system.